Yeah, doesn't Liquid IV have like a crazy amount of caffeine in it?
I don't think it has caffeine, but it probably has sugar.
Okay. Okay.
I think
Well,
Celsius has a crazy amount of caffeine. But
Well, read us the ingredients to start the podcast off.
I threw out the packet. Paul.
All right. Hello and welcome, everyone, to episode 128. I need to fix that in the agenda of the GGG podcast. As always, I am Paul, and I am joined by my co-host Phil. We got a good show for you today. We got two major previews coming from IGN. The big one being Gears of War E-Day, but also we got a in-depth look at the campaign for Star Wars Galactic Racer, which I'm very, very excited about, have been very excited about for a long time. So we're going to talk about that. But before we get into it, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, or if you haven't already liked this video, we really appreciate it if you did so. And if you're using an audio streaming podcast app, follow us over there as well. We would really appreciate it. Okay. Phil, how's your week been going? Have you been doing some good gaming?
I'm getting there. I'm getting back into the swing of things. It has been a very busy couple of months for me, so I am now able to settle back down and try stuff. Let me tell you about the things that I have been playing though, because it's been a lot. Well, kind of a lot, and some of the things that I'm going to tell you about won't be video games. Anywho, I've been playing Avatar Legends, the fighting game. It's great. Amazing. The roster is a little limited. That is my main gripe right now. Mm-hmm. That is it. It's really fun. I'm actually kind of stepping into online fights with people to usually I'm afraid of getting my head stomped in, but that's not the case this time. I'm actually doing some of the stomping.
Ooh,
that's fun. Besides that, I played some Halo campaign Re-Evolved, I believe. Campaign Evolved.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good. It's Halo. It's what you remember. It's got some updates from some of the later games. Like they've added a couple of additional guns in there. You can mantle things. You can sprint. You can zoom in. Just your regular vision. So there's some cool stuff. And what else? Now is the time that I tell you that I saw Spider-Man Brand New Day yesterday. And
oh my god,
it's really good. It's probably the best live action Spider-Man movie. So you heard it here first, folks. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I gotta go see it now.
Yeah, it's quite excellent. So yeah, I think that's it. Is there anything else? I feel like there's some other game that I have been playing, but I can't think of it. So
Assassin's
just
Creed Black
those
Flag?
three. Yeah, more Black Flag, more pirating.
Yeah, more pirating.
All the time and always. How about you, Paul? What have you been playing?
I picked up Assassin's Creed Black Flag yesterday, and I got a few hours into the game, really enjoying it. It's reminding me a lot of the older Assassin's Creed. You know, there's a little jank in the game, but I think there's a little grace in the jank, if that makes any sense. But I remember playing, being an hour in, I could do a double assassination. I was like, oh, I didn't unlock that in my skill tree yet, and I just have that already. That's crazy. And then I was like, I should go look at my skill tree. The game hasn't made me look at that yet. And I open up the menu, and there's no skill tree, and it's just a sword is a sword.
You hit somebody with it. Some of them are better.
And I'm so trained now to have all of these different systems in a video game that going backwards in time by, 12 years or something like that. And just seeing, oh yeah, the game just has its gameplay. And yeah, you can do some customizing and you can get some new gear, but it doesn't force all of these crazy systems onto you and menus and crap that I really haven't really thought about in a while. But I don't need all this in a video game. And one of my very good friends, actually my best friend, was talking to me as we were driving here for my move. And he said something. He's not a casual gamer, but he's not quite as hardcore. He doesn't play as much as you or I. And he said something that I really agreed with, which was I don't need every game to be every game. And what he meant by that was, it's like, if this is an action adventure game, I don't also need it to be a survival game where I have to build a base and I have to do all of this other stuff and or engage with this system and that system. And it's just like, you don't want to limit yourself, but try to stay in the lane of what you want the experience to be, instead of just bogging down your game with systems. And playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag has reminded me that you can still make a game like that without all of this crap. And like, this is coming from a guy who played freaking Skull and Bones. Okay. and I got to the meta in Skull and Bones. And it's just like, I didn't need all these systems and all of this crap. I just wanted a pirate game. And like, is the combat perfect? No, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. And I get to explore and be a pirate. And there's a story and narrative. And I played it before, but I'm having a good time with it.
It's good enough to where sometimes like it doesn't really act the way you want it to. Like, I'm pretty sure I caught that parry or whatever, but whatever. I'm still it poses just enough of a challenge to make you feel cool for slaughtering 20 dudes,
Yes, absolutely. But I'm glad that you're playing Campaign Evolved. I've actually really been close to buying that game. But I just haven't pulled the trigger. Is it on Game Pass or?
It is not on Game Pass. I just Campaign Evolved is on Game Pass.
Oh, okay, right on.
Yes.
So maybe
sorry, I thought
will,
we were talking about Avatar for some reason.
No, although I actually also played Avatar. I went to an Avatar watch party for the movie that just came out last weekend, and we played the fighting game beforehand. And I wasn't very good at it, but the animations were absolutely incredible. But I definitely agree with you with the roster being limited. Needs more characters.
I think in a year plus, it's gonna feel really, really good when we get the final version of that game where all the characters are in it. Wow, Chef's Kiss, gonna be great.
Well, right on.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into the major game releases this week. So we got Mistfall Hunter. Now, originally, I thought that this was merely a Souls-like game, but Phil has educated me and told me that this is a Souls-like PvP extraction game.
Yes.
So that's interesting. Like some Elden Ring and Arc Raiders fans crossover right here. Is this a
little bit of a mix 'em up?
Yeah. Are you interested in this format of game? I guess I've never quite played anything like this before.
I played it at Steam Next Fest. And it was kind of clunky, and I just was like, okay, I don't really have patience for this right now. There's other things I would rather be playing. But it does sort of scratch that, like, if you want to do some sword and board nonsense, just really kind of slug out a fight, it scratches that itch pretty well. It's got a very interesting visual style. I think, I don't know if this is the right way to say this. I feel like for this type of game, if I lose a bunch of the cool equipment I've spent a lot of time trying to get, I'm going to be pissed. Maybe it will kind of easy come, easy go. But it seems like for these types of things, like Arc Raiders, your skill in the game is like just baseline your skill. And then you get cool guns, and sometimes it comes in physical, but you can build new ones, whatever. If like I get this cool legendary sword that gives me these abilities, and then I lose that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm done with this game. Also, the Steam reviews are hitting this thing a little bit hard. It's got mixed right now, and the most prevailing thing that I'm seeing people complain about is the fact that the game offers a lot of expensive in-game purchases.
Yikes!
In an already paid game, so don't love that. Yeah.
Well, that sucks. I mean, this isn't really a game up my alley. So, what you just said kind of just put it in the no category for me. But if you're a fan of, Elden Ring and Arc Raiders, maybe this is still worth checking out. It's released on Steam. What other platforms is it available for?
It is on Game Pass if you're trying to play it on Game Pass. I believe it's on every console.
Yep, it's on
except for maybe
PlayStation
the
5
Switch
as
too.
well. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, right on. And the other game this week is the Relic First Guardian, which graphically I think looks really cool. It kind of reminds me of Expedition 33's graphics combined with Soulframe. That I played the beta a couple of months ago. So yeah, it looks really cool. It doesn't quite look like it's ready for release to me, in my opinion, just because there just seems to, at least in the deep dive like exploration videos that the company has put out, it just very much seems like a look around and collect things, and which is cool. Yeah. But I don't know, that seems more like a tech demo than it seems like a fully realized game. And maybe I'm wrong about that, and maybe the game has a lot of updates coming. But yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on it, because I had not heard of this game prior to today.
It is very weird. The graphic style looks like interesting but basic at the same time, which is a tough line to walk.
It looks pretty, but generic, I guess, is
pretty generic. Other thing that is happening soon, Beast of Reincarnation comes out on Monday. I know that one I am particularly excited about. It's going to be on Game Pass, and it is the first like big Game Freak game outside of Pokemon. It seems like Monster Hunter meets what's the game with a sword that was really hard on PlayStation? Sekiro. It seems a little like Sekiro vibes, but with some Monster Hunter and maybe a bit of Pokemon, because you got a cool wolf companion.
Sure, right on.
Yeah,
that's Monday. You said
Monday, so it will be out before we record again. But yeah, hopefully I'll get some time in with it. Before then as well. So,
yeah, we can talk about it next episode. All right. Diving right into the news. Star Wars Galactic Racer has been previewed by IGN and a few other sites as well. So people actually got to play, I believe it was for about 4 hours, and try to get through the first act of the campaign. And this is a little interesting. So little interesting information here. So as we've talked about previously, Star Wars Galactic Racer is a roguelite, but it seems that it's divided into acts. And they seem to imply in this video that if you get through an act, you can like start the you get through Act 1, you can start Act 2 without having to go all the way back to the beginning in the first act. So it seems like there's kind of like checkpoints, which I think is fantastic. That way you're not having to play through an entire campaign just to get to the specific race that you want or anything like that. But there's tons of races that are in the game and challenges. Apparently not every race going through like the tournament is a regular race. There's different types of races and speed challenges as well, which you cannot fail. So the IGN reviewer was talking about like because if you fail too many times, you have to start at the beginning of the act. With the speed challenges, if you fail, there are no consequences. So he was like looking for paths in the branching mission sets that were like, oh, those are all speed challenges, I'll do all those because I know if I fail there's no consequences for those. But yeah, it was really interesting to see that every run is a little bit different. Every run you're going to have a different speeder or bike or different mods that you can put on your different vehicles, and so every run feels unique. And then at the end of your run, if you fail, your speeder is scrapped and you get that money to buy your next one. And they also seem to imply that you get like extra currency. So like the more you play over time, the bigger your, pile of Star Wars credits is. And so you can start with a better vehicle to try to make it easier if you're failing.
That makes sense, like from a meta-narrative perspective of like, okay, you're getting enough money to upgrade your garage. You're getting enough money to like get access to better parts to build your next thing. So I like that a lot. I like that aspect of because I feel like roguelites, it's always difficult to be like, well, how is my character progressing, and how can I feel that across runs without making it feel what's the right word pointless that I'm doing the progress thing in general. So
yeah. They were really noting that the fact that it's a roguelike makes the tension so much higher, because I think you're allowed to, I think you get like 3 strikes, like 3 crashes in one race. And so like if you crash, it's really like, oh crap, like there goes one of my lives. And I don't want to start all the way over. And so the adrenaline pumping from that really adds to the stakes of the game and makes players want to re-engage with it. When I first heard that this was a roguelike, I didn't really like that concept, but the more it has been explained to me, the more I'm on board. So very happy that everybody seems to like this game. I'm so stoked. I want to get a multiplayer preview. We got a multiplayer preview for Gears of War that we're going to talk about a little bit later, but we haven't talked about any of the Galactic Racer multiplayer, and that's what I really want to do. So, but it could be something basic. Do you think they'll just go for a 12-person online race, basic race, that's it?
I don't know. I could see that. So I feel like they're doing this because they're trying to make it replayable without having too much multiplayer, or like maybe that's the goal.
I know, I agree.
But I feel like racing games are hard to rely on multiplayer wise, because like unless you're Mario Kart, a lot of people, it's hard to like get someone onto a new property, get someone playing it, get all the things, and this is kind of seemingly targeting a more casual audience. So I feel like it will be pretty basic, and they will wait to, if they get a sequel, to make like anything more specific than probably honestly like 6-player max. I could see making sense. Like maybe a ladder run, and maybe a what is it called in Mario Kart when you go to different courses? Tour? No.
I don't know, the different like
circuit. A
circuit, or a I know exactly what you're talking about.
Grand Prix.
Yes. So I think I'm looking this up right now, but I think that they did confirm that Star Wars Galactic Racer online multiplayer is a 12-person race.
Oh, they did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is 12 people racing online. They just haven't released any other details aside from that. So yeah.
I'll take that. That sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's probably going to be pretty basic, because I think you're absolutely right. They're leaning on the roguelike campaign to kind of keep players engaged. Because, again, if I'm playing a racing game online, it's usually there's some sweaties that are just way better than I am. So I'm not trying to be that Mario Kart online player who's got the map perfectly memorized with the jumps and where I need to grind and where I get the boost here and what power up do I get on this corner. Like
you've got one meta build of like these tires and this body only. That's the only thing I rate. Yeah.
All right, well, let's keep pressing right along. Helldivers has finally released the trailer for its Warhammer Legendary Warbond crossover, and it looks pretty good. I like it, but at the same time, I wish there was a little bit more in a Legendary Warbond. But there are 2 Warhammer armor sets. Oh boy, somebody's grinding something out my window. I might have to go close it. But there is a support weapon, Melt-A-Gun. And then there is a standard marksman laser rifle, which is classic. And then the most notable weapon that's coming is the bolt pistol, and which everybody knows the bolt pistol from Warhammer. Yeah. There's also melt-a-mines that take your grenade slot that you can throw out quickly. That's pretty cool. And then there's just a bunch of skins for vehicles, which that's kind of what I've been disappointed with. I care the least about vehicle skins in Helldivers. I don't really care that much, but I do think that there was an opportunity here to make one of the mechs look like a Warhammer mech, Warhammer Dreadnought or something like that. And they didn't do that. And I know it's because, you know, a Dreadnought is really a space marine and not a regular trooper and everything. And Warhammer is very protective of its IP and they don't want to dabble too much. But I would have wished for Legendary Warbond if it was a little bit more than what we're getting, because it's probably going to be more expensive, like the Halo ODST one and like the Killzone one. So a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, it is an interesting mix for. We'll hold here. We'll hold. Okay. Paul's gone, so now I'm just going to tell you the plot of Spider-Man.
Amazing.
So I just said that you were gone. I was gonna just spoil Spider-Man for the audience. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Okay, hold on. Yes. I think that it's interesting that this is a good crossover for the two of them. It does feel a little bit weird because Warhammer, while they do fight like hordes and hordes of stuff, it is you are usually experiencing Warhammer from the perspective of one of the badass Ultramarines. So playing as like a grunt, I know that happens in some games. Or it is, I think it's not a tonal mismatch, but it's like, oh, this is a part of the world, not one I'm super interested in. Yeah. Even ODSTs are a little bit cool, but I think that's I don't know. The weird thing about Helldivers is that it is partially satire, so they get to have fun with it. But bolt gun sounds sick. Like, if I could just buy parts of the war bonds and just get a bolt gun, I'd be so in for that.
Yeah. Well, being a Warhammer fan and a Helldivers fan, I am contractually obligated, I can't speak today, to buy this. So, unfortunately, whether I'm crazy about it or not, I'm buying this war bond, and that's just how it has to be.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep. All right, pressing right along, Diablo 4 making a big update to something that has bothered me and many other Diablo players for a long time, and that is you can now keep playing your same character through multiple seasons. Oh my God. So this has been a really annoying thing. Diablo, this goes back to Diablo 3. So if you're unaware, if you've never played Diablo before, if you're starting a new season, you have to create a new character in order to make seasonal progression. So you can't, even if you're playing during that season, you can't be playing a character that you have previously played, which, what does that usually mean? Is like, well, I want to make seasonal progression, so I have to make a new character. And this character that I spent all of this time and effort and energy into, you know, grinding and getting all this loot and leveling them up and getting their Paragon level up and all of this other crap, doesn't matter because you got to make a new character.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's awesome that they're finally changing that. I get why they originally did that, like to encourage players to play as different classes and whatnot. But is you still being able to, because your Paragon level goes on and on and on and on. It just sucks that you got to start over every time. It's just, it's a bit silly. So you cannot, however, bring your gear. So that does kind of suck. But being able to keep your character, being able to keep your level is huge, and you're going to get gear that's very good very quickly because of how high level your character is. So glad to see that change is finally coming.
That is what pushed me off of Diablo 4 originally. Like, I was like, oh, cool. Love this character that I made. I'm excited to like play through different seasons and see what they offer. And they're like, you got to start someone new. And then I started and I was like, I don't want to do this again.
Yeah. I remember the first time I beat Diablo 4, I was like, I'll play the campaign again. Biggest mistake. Mistake. Once you beat the campaign, never do it again. There's no point. You're totally fine. Nothing. And there's not a whole lot of story there. Although the DLCs, I will say, have pretty good stories, especially the Lord of Hatred. So,
that one, I'm excited for that to go on sale because I think I'm feeling a little bit of that itch, feeling a little bit of that Diablo itch. Get some loot, get some stuff.
Well, let me know if you get back on, because I'd love to get back in there, because I bought all the DLC. I still have a class that I haven't tried out yet, so I was going to try out a new class. All right,
new class.
Simpsons and Fortnite. Is this the most exciting thing ever, Phil?
They're back, baby.
They're back.
Wait, so this is for Fortnite Reload. So this is the hey, let's play old Fortnite again.
Yes.
And we have circled back around to where we are in The Simpsons.
Yes. But
that was like last year.
Yes, all the way back in time last year. But they are doing kind of a crossover thing. Keanu Reeves is from this current season is in Fortnite Reloaded with The Simpsons, and there is a special Keanu Reeves sprite that you can collect as well. So I actually played it this morning. Very, very fun. Mm-hmm. I did not play the Simpsons Fortnite when it was in the normal Fortnite rotation. One thing I was disappointed with, I checked the Fortnite shop and there's no Simpsons characters in there.
Interesting.
Like, why are you going to do the Simpsons Reloaded event and then not put Simpsons characters?
Let me buy them.
Yeah, exactly. Just see, maybe it's like going to happen tomorrow, and this was just the first day, and so it hasn't refreshed yet. But it did seem very silly. But it was my first time seeing Springfield in Fortnite. It was awesome. Got to play some of last season's weapons, which were very cool. So yeah, having a fun time with it. But I would really like to buy Homer Simpson Epic. Let me give you my money.
Let me purchase that man.
Yes, but you're not doing it. So anyway, are you gonna get back in? And did you play the original Simpsons Fortnite last year?
I did play the original. That's probably like around the time that I was dipping out on Fortnite a little bit. And that was probably the beginning of the descent. I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every time I played Fortnite. It's just I have less time with the friends that I played Fortnite with now. Yeah. So it's not something that when I'm prioritizing gaming time, it's not that I have anything against Fortnite. I'm just like, yeah, I just want to do this other thing, and I've only got this much time to do it. So yeah, it's pretty cool that it's back. I kind of wish that like there was, and I guess it's the nature of you can't really do this, but I like that they are rotating these old things back in with Reloaded, and it's not just like, okay, that's gone forever, and it's not like, okay, you can play from this catalog of things, and no one's in this one, so it's going to take 3 hours to load your Simpsons game of Fortnite, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So excited for it. Let my boy buy Homer Simpson. Come on.
Yeah, for real. All right. Now for the thing we're actually excited about. Kratos is apparently going to be coming back in a God of War game that is after God of War Laufey. So I think I suspected this. I don't know, like, you know, I think people were freaking out of like, oh my God, Laufey's the new God of War. She's not the God of War. How can this be a God of War game? You know, stupid trolley complaints like that. But we actually got the creators to acknowledge that they are setting up a game for Kratos to return that is post the story of Laufey, and Laufey does a lot to set up the next story that is coming, which is what I suspected myself, but we just got confirmation about it. Nobody thought that they were never going to see Kratos again. Everybody calm down. But yeah, is it exciting to know that another Kratos game is coming, or were you like me, Phil? Like you knew it was coming, you didn't have a doubt in your mind?
I didn't have it out of my mind. I thought it would be longer before they announced it, and honestly, them talking about it at this point seems a little disheartening to me.
Yes,
I don't know.
It does.
You know,
it does. It shows like a lack of faith in Laufey, or in like as a reaction to like the public's reaction of like, there's a lady in my God of War game. Ah!
Yeah, it definitely feels like, don't worry, Kratos is coming back, which I think I also don't mind of like if them saying, oh, where we left Kratos, he's at some interesting places for a new story, so we'll see, I guess. Like that is a much better answer for me. That means, and then going like, but I want to talk about God of War Laufey. Yeah, she's out here. She's got a talking sword. Her friend is Jack Quaid, and he's a cube. She's gonna beat your butt up in the sky. I I want them to show me more about God of War Laufey. I think it is one of the most interesting settings that they have played in, because before you kind of knew it's the Greek pantheon, it's the Norse pantheon. Now it's like, what god's going to pop up, and how are they going to use that god, and like, what is this place? It's all very. I think the other ones is a nice like foothold in Greek mythology and Norse mythology, but this one is like all mythologies on board, and we're exploring now. So.
Yeah, just really expanding the universe. I am obsessed with the gameplay trailer of the intro of that game that they put out. I think it's absolutely incredible. Like, the design is absolutely incredible. The combat looks great. Like, I same with you. I want to talk about Laufey. I could use a break from Kratos. We had 2 incredible God of War games in God of War 2018 and in Ragnarok. And yeah, let the character rest. You know, I'd probably be fine if that was the last Kratos game, because after, before we got 2018, I thought the God of War was over. So I was happy to see it come back, because I think 2018 is probably one of the greatest games ever. But yeah, I want to talk about Laufey. Let's keep the focus on that. Very, very excited for what's next.
This happened while I was gone over the weekend, but they fully announced the release date being the 16th of February.
Yes. So right after Valentine's Day, everybody, you know, game of love.
Take your person out, and then stay in. Make sure to do it up for them for those 2 days, so that you could say, come the 16th at 12:01, don't talk to me until I have finished the story of Laufey.
Or sit on the couch next to me and watch quietly.
Yeah, if you want, come get it. But I'm busy. I'm really excited for it. I know that there was they didn't announce the release date initially, so I feel like they're sure about what they have now. They're sure about what they're doing. I think it displays some confidence. Despite what I just said about Cory Barlog and his quote in the story, talking about, everything there. I don't know. Did we talk about the quote specifically? Did we say what it was?
In this story, or what Cory Barlog said?
In this story. This is everything we're doing in Fae is a continuation of what came before and a setup to expand on what comes next.
Mm-hmm.
He says Fae is, while it's a different thing, it's still part of the larger tapestry. Yeah, you said all that. But
yeah,
the thing is, I'm pretty sure, I think it's been out there, Cory Barlog's not been working on this game for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is interesting. So it kind of feels like he is maybe it isn't a lack of confidence thing, or maybe it's just him kind of boosting his own thing. I don't know.
I think this is a reaction to some of the fan base freaking out that Kratos is not in a God of War game. Kratos has never not been in a God of War game. So, and technically we did see Kratos in this game, but whatever.
He is in this one. He's there.
Yeah. So I think that's just what it is. Cory's not directly working on Laufey. I believe his old artistic assistant is, which is great, but he is probably working on the next God of War main Kratos game, but I would suspect that is a long way out, and we're probably talking about a PlayStation 6 at that point. So yeah.
And I wondered if at any point if Sony Santa Monica wants to do something different than God of War games. I mean, I know that God of War games are great, but every game studio under Sony's belt seems to be like, okay, we're doing this. I've been doing Uncharted, but let me just pop this Last of Us out. I've been doing, we've been doing Infamous. Let me just try this cool ninja game. So I think allowing Sony Santa Monica some time to do something that's not God of War would be pretty sick.
I completely agree. And we don't want to fall into the Microsoft trap of you only make Halo games. You only make Gears of War games that we're going to talk about in a second.
Yeah. Well, let's. That's kind of a perfect transition. Yes. Why don't we talk about God of War? Sorry, God of War. Gears of War E-Day.
Yes, Gears of War E-Day got a big preview today. Xbox put out a big video, and then we also had several different gaming news outlets have access to playing Gears of War E-Day multiplayer, both the competitive multiplayer and the Horde Siege mode, or Siege Horde that they're calling it now. So it's a little bit different than traditional Horde that we've seen in previous Gears of War games. But let's talk about first the competitive side of it. There are 4 different competitive game modes that will be available to play. And the biggest thing that makes this different than other Gears of War games is the fact that they've completely changed the controls. And now you can vault over things, you can climb up ledges, you can jump in a Gears of War game. That's right, you can actually jump. So I think this is a huge improvement. I remember back in the day when I was playing Gears of War 3 and Uncharted 3, and one of the things I really valued over Uncharted's multiplayer versus Gears of War's multiplayer was the verticality of like, oh, okay, somebody's up there, but I can get around and jump on this thing and climb and flank and do that. Whereas in Gears of War, it's like, well, do you see a staircase? Because if you don't see a staircase, you're not getting up there. And they have the advantage, and that's just how it is. So that's really great to see that they are doing all the controls. And I think that that's going to bring a lot of different gameplay that isn't just cover snapping shotgun blasts, even though that will still be part of the Gears of War multiplayer. Also, something that I really liked is they're going to have ranked competitive multiplayer. They're going to have casual competitive multiplayer, and then they're also going to have multiplayer against just bots if you are not confident in your ability. And you'll be playing with other people on your team, but you'll be playing against bots, and you can complete challenges, competitive multiplayer challenges, playing against bots. So that's really great. I think that's the best way to do it. That way you're not gatekeeping players with different skill levels. You have 3 different options there. And then also, there's so much stuff. Also, you will be able to earn most everything in the game with in-game currency that you earn by playing the game. You are rewarded at different rates. So like if you play ranked multiplayer, you're going to get more currency faster as opposed to if you're playing against bots. But there are only a few exclusive premium things that they will charge for on the store. The first thing that they disclosed was like they did a deal with Metallica, and so you can get a bunch of Metallica skins for your weapons. And so they said because that's a licensed thing, you do have to pay real money for that. But everything else in the game is earnable, which I absolutely love, including the updates that they have coming forward. All right, there's all that for the competitive stuff. Now for the Horde Siege mode, which I think this is the real meaty bit. So instead of a 4-player or 5-player Horde mode, now it is a 12-player Horde mode with 3 teams of 4. And you are not playing against each other, but instead you are on a giant map. Where your squad spawns and primarily works on one side of the map, and then another squad spawns in another corner, and another and another. And so everybody's squad has different objectives that are going on, but routinely, like if you see another team's squad go down, you could try to go and get them up because you can still revive them, or there's big bosses that spawn on the map. You can all try to fight the bosses together. So it really makes it feel like this is a big battle that's going on, even if you're not communicating with that squad across the courtyard that's holed up in that building. It still feels like you're kind of playing the Gears of War single player, like, oh, E-Day just happened, we're just responding to what's going on in the game. And then along with that, sorry, I know this is a long rant of information.
No, it's very good.
I think they've learned a lot from COD Zombies, and then they've learned a lot from the Space Marine 2 Siege mode, in that, you can earn currency over time. You can buy new things to help you out. There does seem to be less of a focus on building that there was in Gears of War in the last couple iterations of Gears of War, but I kind of like that because there's so many more people on the map. It feels more like a battle, and you can still buy like a turret or like spike traps or something like that. But it's not all about, oh, I'm gonna find a corner of this map and build as much stuff and hunker down as much as possible. That doesn't seem to be the point of it, which I think makes sense a lot when you're talking about the platforming system that they've now included in the game. So a lot of really exciting stuff to see. I think this looks like it could be the best Gears of War multiplayer yet to ever come out. And a lot of the reviewers and preview people are on the same page about it. IGN, GameSpot, they both feel like this is a very good Gears of War multiplayer. Probably the best.
Well, Gears of War has a special place, I think, in a lot of people's heart, as it does in mine, of being a really fun multiplayer experience. I'm up there with Halo. Like, I feel like Halo 1, you were playing that on the Xbox, the original Xbox. Gears of War was the 360 game that all of my friends had. We were all like, diving around with the shotgun and like figuring out, how did this kill me? What's going on?
Yeah.
So this is I'm excited to see it get like its flowers, and I'm excited to see that they added a lot of new modes. I think with games like this, like I forgot that E-Day wasn't a remake, but it's actually like a brand new game that just happens before the original game. So it's really exciting to see that going forward. Like this is they've gotten back to the thing that's interesting, which I think for a lot of us is kind of Marcus Phoenix and that journey and seeing what that history was. Like in the first game, they talk about how Marcus was the only guy to survive on land for more than like an hour or like 20 minutes or something. One of the things that I think maybe what I did in the old game manual, but like we got to go get Marcus Phoenix. He's one of the few soldiers who's been able to survive for more than a couple minutes. And I wanted to see that history of how they found out he was such a like bad bee and how he got into prison and all that. Like, I don't know. And then to, of course, make it that the game gives you so much more ability to interact with the combat space, because the game back in the day, you were relying on cover, and it was kind of, I guess, your ideal cover shooter. A lot of games aped it for sure. But you had to be smart about it. You had to incorporate movement in your cover. You had to do a lot because the AI was trained pretty well. So I think giving us more options with which to like solve that problem, and I guess movement. I guess this is the thing I'm most excited about, being able to climb stuff. Let me climb more things in every game.
It's awesome. Like, just having a climbing system. I think that, like you were saying, the original thing that made Gears of War was the cover system. It was the cover system shooter. It was. And I think, like, I was just comparing Uncharted and Gears of War, just gameplay wise. And like for me, that's where Gears of War was stronger. It was a stronger cover shooter than Uncharted was. But Uncharted had that verticality, had that ability to climb absolutely everything and to really have a lot of different approaches to how you approach an enemy and flanking and everything like that. So I'm really, really excited for this. I was pretty certain I was going to buy Gears of War E-Day when it came out, but seeing all of this multiplayer stuff, it's like, it's exactly what I want in a big action-packed multiplayer experience. And as both you and I have heavily speculated, Grand Theft Auto is not going to launch with multiplayer. I think it's just going to launch with single player. And so, no.
Oh, no. No way it's launching with multiplayer.
No. Would have heard about it by now. So I feel like this is what's really going to fill the void there multiplayer wise for me this fall and this winter. So I'm very excited to play it. I'm very excited to sell my friends on playing it. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic.
It's nice to know that there is a game that you're like, I do want to play this with my friends. I'm pretty sure my friends will want to play it. So that you can start the groundwork now of being like,
hey, have you guys seen this?
You seen this? This is pretty cool. You remember Gears of War? Oh man.
Well,
Well, let me just show you this video on my phone.
No. I'll post it in a Discord, and everybody can ignore it if they want to.
Yes. Buy this or we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
A little bit of more news. So the Gears of War E-Day beta was announced, and we actually got some firm dates for this. So the early access beta weekend, which I believe you have to get into via pre-ordering the game, it will run from August 6th to August 10th, so not too far away. And then there will be a full open beta coming from August 13th to 17th. So if you're at all uncertain, circle that weekend. That should be a weekend at least. Let's see. Yes.
Watch it's Tuesday, Wednesday.
I mean, I've seen some betas this year that were like the middle of the week, and I was like, what are you guys doing?
Monday at 9 a.m. Come on in and play Dune, whatever that game was.
Awakening.
Yeah.
But if you pre-order the game, it's August 6th through 10th. Or I think also if you subscribe to Game Pass, you will get access to the earlier beta as well. So that's exciting. I love a beta, and I also love a beta that comes a few months before the game launches. So if there's anything funky that needs fixing, they actually have some time to change it.
To suss it out. Yeah.
Instead of just like, I hate these betas where it's like, oh, it's a beta this weekend, and then we launch next week. And it's just like, well, then you're not going to change anything. It's not a beta. You're just like giving us a little demo thing.
You're just letting us demo the game, which sure, great. I appreciate that. I will say this game is also going to be available. Sorry, the beta is going to be available on Game Pass as if you were a pre-order purchaser. It's one of the perks of membership on PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass. So hopefully a lot of people on there through that. I know that's probably how I will try it out. If you don't want to pre-order the game, or if you just know you're going to keep Game Pass, so just like, yeah, I'll have it when it comes out. But yeah, exciting. 2 weekends where we get to really like test this game out. I'm excited to see what it looks like on PC. I'm excited to try this game with mouse and keyboard, honestly. I kind of want to see how it feels.
I don't know. I feel like this is a game I have to play with an Xbox controller.
Imagine that active reload, just have to like click at the right one. Oof.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how it works. Yeah, I've always played. I've played like the last 2 Gears of Wars on my PC with a Xbox like Razer controller, so pseudo Xbox. All right, that is gonna do it for episode 128 of the GGG podcast. Thank you guys for listening to me and Phil talk about amazing, exciting video games. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to our channel or to this video, please do so on YouTube. We'd really appreciate it. And if you're listening to the audio only version on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, follow us over there as well. Give us a review. We'd appreciate it. I am fully moved now. Just got to unpack some more boxes, obviously, to get my office settled. But I am excited to be fully back into Golden Glaze Gaming
podcast
and
mode.
GGG podcast. Yes, I am in podcast mode now because I am settled, and the internet is figured out, sort of, kind of.
The one other thing I wanted to notice or make a note of today before we go. Yes. GOG Games, Good Old Games, has launched for free a very exciting mod for Fallout New Vegas called Fallout New California. It is free if you want to go download and try it out. I think people have been talking about it for a while.
Yes,
and
I've heard
it's
of this.
just it's more Fallout 76, but with some graphical updates. Not anything crazy. Like, it still looks like Fallout 76, but a lot of stuff has gone into making this game.
Is it Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 76?
Sorry. It is Fallout New Vegas. A mod for Fallout New Vegas.
Yes.
Called Fallout New California. So yeah. If you love that game, if it has a special place in your heart, it is a great time to go try it out because now you can go to California. You don't have to just stay in Nevada. You can see what that New Republic.
You can play where the show is based, right? Go to LA.
You can play where they shoot the show.
All right.
Oy vey.
We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you, as always, for joining me, Phil. And we will see you guys next week.
Peace.